In this breaking story, Donald Trump is panicking as a top insider just exposed a brand new Epstein connection. That's right, no matter what Donald Trump tries to do, he just can't help but be haunted by Epstein. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, of course, Donald Trump is being haunted by Epstein, but we as Americans are being haunted by Donald Trump.
I don't see him working to lower costs and improve health care, what he said would be his focus. Just this week, he had Orban, the leader of Hungary, someone who's close to Vladimir Putin and hasn't supported Ukraine in their fight for freedom. He was sitting with him and encouraging him. He's allegedly cut a deal with him to give him a free pass from sanctions for buying Russian oil. So I don't think President Trump is showing the kind of priorities that Americans voted for last Tuesday. He's not listening to concerns about lowering costs. Instead, as you said, he's worried about decorating his new Marie Antoinette ballroom or engaging in trying to figure out how to get his name on more statues and more stadiums, or he's sitting across the table in the Oval Office with authoritarians. But he's not doing the thing most Americans send him here to do, which is lower their costs.
Yeah, and this is exactly why Donald Trump is so ridiculously unpopular.
You guys have awakened up our immune system. We're dealing with an invasive species by the name of Donald Trump. He is an historic president, however. Historically unpopular president. Under every key category. I mean, you can't even make this is hard to do. On every issue, on the economy, on tariffs, on immigration, on health care. Historically unpopular president. And he knows it. And he knows it. Why else? Why else did he make that call to your governor? Why else did he feel the need to rig the election before even one vote was cast? That's just weakness. Weakness masquerading as strength. That's Donald Trump. And he had a very bad night on Tuesday.
But now things just got a little worse for President Trump. That's right, Trump is panicking as a top insider just exposed a new Epstein connection. Take a look at this breaking story.
Timothy Mellon gave 130 million US dollars to pay for the troops. Number one, is that even something we should be accepting or doing? And then number two, it turns out that his dad, Paul Mellon, is all over the Epstein flight logs back and forth to Epstein Island. So go ahead, square the circle for me.
Well, that raises a whole can of worms, right? First of all, whether it's okay to take Tim Mellon's personal money to pay the troops. This 130 million, my understanding is, doesn't actually go terribly far to pay the troops, but it's clearly a huge, big donation. He's done it to make Donald Trump happy. Donald Trump has said that he's a patriot, hasn't actually named him, but has said that he's a patriot. You sent me that tweet about the flight log and Paul Mellon being on Jeffrey Epstein's, what was it called? The Lolita Express. I think that has to be looked into. First of all, you've got to verify that flight log and check that it's real. But then what does that actually mean? Who else was on that flight? And is Tim Mellon in a position where he doesn't also want the Epstein files released because of something around his father? And would that be another reason he wants to try and keep the government shut, but the troops paid?
So here's why that clip matters. This is not some random conspiracy theory or online rumor. This is a former Trump White House official pointing to a paper trail. The $130 million that suddenly appeared to pay troops during the shutdown did not come from the government. It came from a private billionaire, Timothy Mellon. And now we learn his own father, Paul Mellon, shows up repeatedly on the Epstein flight logs. That means the financial lifeline that Trump used to keep his shutdown alive may be directly connected to a family tied to Epstein's inner circle. This isn't about guilt by association. This is about influence. Why is a president accepting secret money to pay the military? Why is that donor connected to a family tied to Epstein's travel records? And why did the White House try to keep the donor hidden in the first place? If Timothy Mellon is bankrolling Trump's shutdown and his family is tied to Epstein's network, then the question becomes simple. What did Mellon get in return? And is this why Trump has fought so hard to keep Epstein-related documents sealed? The can of worms is open now, and Trump world seems eager to close it. Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.